Welcome back to the show. We've joined Cliona O'Connor in the kitchen. She's promising us some minestrone soup. So how are we getting started with this? Because the smell's coming from that pan.
I know, I'm driving everyone mad on the floor. They're like, the smell of the bacon. Right, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook a minestrone soup, but I'm going to put some orzo in it. So orzo is like little pasta, looks like grains of rice.
And is that what's classically in a minestrone soup?
No.
No, okay.
This is her variation.
I've just gone on a tangent, and the Italians get really passionate about if you mess with their Italian dishes. There's like an Instagram pile-on.
Yeah.
So there might be.
You've done that with carbonara and stuff.
Yeah, they get really annoyed. So hopefully,
they hate when they put cream in the carbonara.
Or
they
on the pizza. They have a reason, like in fairness.
Yeah, so hopefully I won't offend anyone with this dish.
No, you won't.
Right, it's an eating and drinking soup. So at home, I cook it all in one pot. For tonight, I'm going to use two just to speed things up. So we are going to put in some onion. I'm going to do a portion for two today, right?
Okay. What did that one do on you?
That one escaped, but you know, that is kind of the story of my life. There's,
The one that got away.
The one that got away, that's right. And I'm just messy. I create the mess, and everyone around me has to tidy up the mess. But anyway, I've learned to live with it. Right, so we have, that was one small onion. Okay. One stick of celery, and I'm not actually a big fan of celery.
I don't mind.
No, I like it in blue cheese dip. But apart from that,
no, I don't. But it's the base of a lot of Italian recipes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's actually lovely in this.
Okay.
But I would say, like, if you're not a huge fan, do try it. But like, chop it up really small. Fine. I hate a big chunk of it. I'm really selling the dish, haven't I? And then one carrot diced, right? So we are going to put that into some olive oil. I might actually turn up the pan so it starts to cook, and 2 cloves of garlic. Okay. So really easy. Right, so we pop it in.
The two of you are eating this, otherwise you're in the spare room. Go on.
I chopped the garlic before we went in there, so no one could see me butcher it with my chopping skills leave a lot to be desired. Right, so we put in a little bit of salt and pepper. Right, I'll turn it down to Smallville actually, because we don't want to brown the onion. We just want it to become sweet, and soft. Okay. Right, so a little bit of parchment paper, and you can just pop it on, and you can put the lid on at home, right?
I've never seen that trick before.
Yeah, it speeds up cooking, and it keeps in all the thank you.
Sweat.
Makes them sweat. Yeah. So you pop a lid on. At home, I'd leave that for 7 or 8 minutes, right? Okay. We don't have that time here tonight. Now, here I have some smoked lardons, which is what everybody is smelling. You can use chorizo, you can use unsmoked, you can use like whatever you like.
There's no just bacon if you have rashers in the fridge.
That's what I did actually for the one I made earlier.
Okay.
So at home, I would fry that first in here. And then I would spoon them out into a little plate, and then I would fry my vegetables in the same pan, right? But we just don't have time. So let's just pretend. So I have crisped up my bacon.
That 7 minutes flew by, did you see that?
Well, when you're with Cliona, it does.
I just keep going off on tangents. So you pop that in here, right? And give it a mix. Now, if you're vegetarian as well, obviously you're going to leave out the meat, it goes without saying. But I pop in about a teaspoon of smoked paprika, right? But if you aren't using chorizo or ham and you want a bit more flavour, I put in a little cayenne pepper.
Okay.
And maybe some chili flakes. And you could put in a little bit of cumin as well if you wanted, just to give it more flavour. Again, the Italians going crazy because I'm not putting cumin into minestrone. But anyway.
Well, that will certainly give it a kick.
No, I give it a kick. And like, obviously, if you have something like chorizo in it, you probably don't need to add as much, you know? Okay. So we leave that in there. And then we're going to add in some chickpeas. So that's half a can of chickpeas, but if I was at home, I'd chuck in a full can. It just depends.
And is that to kind of bulk it out so that you feel you're having a meal when
just to bulk it out, you know, and as well, if you're not using the ham, like if you're vegetarian, you know, it's just another source of your protein and whatever. So add that in. Then I'm going to put in. So this is all really easy. Like if you can chop, you can do this. Okay, then about a teaspoon of tomato puree. Pop it in. Give it a stir. And then tin of tomatoes.
Chopped or?
Do you know what? Definitely chopped, like not whole. But these ones are, they're kind of crushed. I like them crushed because they're kind of smoother, but it doesn't matter.
And what about a passata?
Yeah, you
could use that as well.
I just like
What's the difference? I actually don't know the
Well, the
difference.
passata, it's smoother. It's really smooth. So if you don't like,
texture.
But I like a small bit of a texture to it, but it's total preference, what you like yourself. Yeah. So we pop that in. Exactly.
Okay.
And like, there's no wrong way of doing it. Like, you know, with soup, some people like them thicker, some people like them. So you just experiment and see what you like yourself. Then I have a stock pot, right? And it's chicken one, but you can use vegetable if you want. So we add that in.
It goes.
Add that in, it's really easy. And then we bring it to the boil. Give it a stir. Now this is, we add in the orzo, right?
Okay.
So I've got 60 grams of it here. So for like
Straight out of the package. You
that's
haven't
easy
done
to
anything
get.
with that beforehand.
You can get that in any supermarket.
Yeah, cool.
It's one of those things that like, you kind of don't know is there, but like, it's not like you don't have to go to outer Mongolia, like to the outer Hebrides to find it. So we get that. And then if I was at home, I'd pop on the lid again and I'd leave that for about 15 minutes. But it's really important that you stir it, because if you don't stir it, the orzo will stick to the bottom of the pan. As I frantically stir this one, hoping that happens.
All right. Okay.
So the orzo will stick to
We've
the
got
bottom.
about a minute left.
Yeah. So here's one I made earlier, and the orzo is cooked. So all you do is you dish it up. So I'll give you guys a taste.
While you're doing that, we were talking about how Cara Delevingne apparently was named after the Aer Lingus in-flight magazine. We're asking you at home, were your names inspired by anyone, whether it be a TV show or whatever it was? And I love Carmel from Glassevan texted in to say, we called our son Craig after watching the first ever Big Brother episode in 2000 when he won it. I remember that night well.
And I'm sure her Craig is a winner as well.
Yes, indeed.
Dean Fairhouse said, I met my husband while performing in The Sound of Music, so our eldest child is called Liesel, after the eldest child in the musical. How romantic is that?
Frida says, we named our daughter Sonia after Sonia Sullivan. She was born the day before Sonia won silver at the Olympics.
Michelle in Cabra loves going to the pictures. She said, I call my twin boys Harrison after Harrison Ford and Casey after Casey Affleck. It works. Anyway, thank you. That's just a handful of the many that we've received.
This is absolutely delicious.
I can't have mine because I've got to speak.
Yes. It's so easy, though, isn't it?
flavoursome.
It is.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's so
we're out of
easy.
time. Thank you to all of our guests for tonight, and especially to Cliona for feeding us. There's like eating and drinking on this, isn't there? Don't forget, if you want to recreate that, all our recipes are on Facebook, or you can go over to VNTV Food on YouTube and find all the necessary.